Hello everyone. I wasn't too sure this stream was gonna happen today, cause life has been beating me down this week. We should be fine. We're here. We're gonna do it. Um yeah, I don't have any preamble. I think I can just let's just start. Let's just start. And let's start by talking major smack about Amazon, because Amazon's the worst. This episode came out early for no reason, and I have not found a reason other than Amazon just let it out early, which was dumb. And it's just I cannot stand I can't stand Amazon. I hate Amazon so much. For real, like it's so annoying having to watch a show on Amazon. It is the worst of all the services out there. It's the worst. Maybe Disney Plus will pick up Dracula. Wouldn't that be some shit if Disney Plus picked up Dracula? That would be good. That would be something. I'm down for that. Hi Jacob. Hi Rowan. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, but I can't fucking stand Amazon. What else has happened? I don't really have a lot to talk about even before the floor show. Most of what it was a lot of fighting, and as I've said, the fighting in this show is not my favorite because it doesn't lead to anything. And that's like kind of, I was thinking about it. That's my problem when people are like they come into this situation with like the idea of, oh, I'm gonna make good TV. Like good TV is not just fighting for no reason. It's causing a storyline. Right now there isn't a storyline. The closest is Maxie, but Maxie's has not resulted in anything. Like compare this to season 2 with like Bitch Pudding's first fights. That led to something because ultimately Bitch Pudding won. That was like a really good result of those first interactions that she had for the first couple episodes with like especially Abora and all the other queens for really like looking down on her and not thinking she's a monster. But like right now we're not seeing that, and it's not resulting into anything. Maybe it will result, but right now every fight when it comes to Maxie or Dahlia or Priscilla just doesn't result in anything right now. The closest one we have is Madeline and Dahlia, which was a misunderstanding. I wasn't interested in that fight to begin with, and it didn't go anywhere other than them resolving it because it was just a misunderstanding. So like the arguing that we're getting this season sucks because it doesn't do anything. Yeah. And also like I could also forgive it if there were funny quips. There's just no funny quips. There's no funny one-liners that I'm like, yes, that's good. Like we're just not getting any of that stuff. I could forgive it if we were getting like quotes, but I'm not gonna, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna tweet any of this shit on my own accord. That is true. Like I think if like someone like Violencia probably could have had funny quips if she had lasted longer, because she seemed like to do comedy, but we'll see. But yeah, every workroom, boudoir, whatever you want to call it, all those conversations were so uninteresting. So we're just gonna move on to the floor show. That's so true. There's no point in fighting if you can't slap it and sell it on drag queen merch. That's very true. Belays look great. Absolutely great. This one even works better for the supervillain look than the actual supervillain look for episode 1. But Rock also takes from all points of life, so the supervillain look for a Rock show is not there. But this was a great look. So we're gonna start with floor show. It's the Rock Challenge Legacy. We're probably gonna get this every year. every season. I'm happy about that. I think this is a good one. By far, this is the best overall episode. Despite my initial complaints, it is the best overall episode of the season so far. So I'm down. We're going to start with Madeline Hatter. I love the hair, love the makeup, love the performance, but overall this outfit compared to everyone else is just not doing it. I wouldn't say it's pedestrian. I don't think I can just see a girl out there wearing this, to Denny's, but it's just not a lot. Also, it's compared to everything else, to everyone else, Madeline got the least amount of, I can't calculate, or I guess I could if I had more time. I can't calculate the amount of time they get. Madeline got none. She was there for 0.2 seconds this entire floor show. Everyone was more represented than her. There, people like Hollow, Landon, and Eva get a shit ton, of course, because of course Eva won, so they won a little bit more. But she got no time. She got no time this time, which when you can compare it to another reality competition show starring drag queens, at least they get equal time when it comes to their looks, even if one is good and one is bad. You get equal time. This time, just because of the way it's presented, and even though I do like the way it's presented, these angles we get and these shots we get are so much better than what we get with the other show, that I don't know why I don't like saying Drag Race, but I just think it's funny. But yeah, it's just we get better overall images. But yeah, it's just, yeah. Yeah, this is absolutely my least favorite look, though, outright, first and foremost. And it's not bad. That's the thing, it's not bad at all. I believe next time is Maxi Glamour. The blue face, it's, of course it's their thing. I just don't like it compared to the other toned skin, because the other skin is metallic gray, and then you have the blue. I just don't understand the disconnect there. I don't know why you would want to do it. I like the overall look, but even if they have done a green face to match, there's green, the horns, and the horns are green, the spikes are green, that the hair is green, it would have been more connected color wise. There's a color story with the blue face. The blue face does throw everything off overall. It's their best look. What was their last? Yes, it is their best look. We've only had 3 looks, but yeah, this is their best look so far. It is a well constructed outfit altogether. It's just that blue face is just a big disconnect. And let's see. Oh, what they did is they pulled a dollar bill out of their ass, literally, that said "fuck capitalism." These are great shots, and ripped it up and blew it. It was such a gentle blow. It was just scattering some confetti. I loved that. That was good. That was a good moment. I liked it a lot. It's just the blue face of disconnect. I know that's their thing, but sometimes you should give it up to make a more cohesive look. Or if you're gonna do the blue face, do the color story around the blue face then. Okay. Landon Cider, outright the best, did the most, and 100% my favorite of the floor show. Everything they did was perfection. They don't do a lot of body shots, which is annoying because I want to get a good close up of the face when I take screenshots. I want a body and I want a face. Those are what I want. And it's hard to get because it's even with this one, it's I want to make sure all of Landon's costume is great, because if what if episode 1 we only had Hollow's staples and we didn't get the full body shot, we would have said it was good, even though probably we know for a fact that costume was not good. This one turns out to be good. We do see little bits and pieces. It's usually close-ups, but Landon did excellent. He looked so good, and I was down. I was so down. Everything that they did was perfection. I think like we can say full. A lot of people had doubts and was like, Landon's either gonna be seen as a token or whatever, but Landon's killing it. Landon's probably doing the best out of everybody. It's like if Landon wasn't on the losing team, probably would have won overall, because Landon just really, really killed it when it came to the floor show. God, he's so good. Okay, next we have Priscilla, and they were doing more glam, which I liked. One thing that I liked that Priscilla did was a smile, like a happy, fun smile was so good to see, because a lot of people were going like serious, and I'm like, have fun. That hair is amazing. You are very correct. And yeah, I loved the fun they're having, because that's just a part that I just don't see when it comes to specifically this show. Is like you can have a lot of fun, and it really translates very, very well. But yeah, I do like this look a lot. It's not my absolute favorite. It's just I guess I perceive more like the costumey pieces to be a bit more exciting than, you know, the average day wear, I guess. But yeah, I love this, and I think it's really good. Well, they didn't do much though. They did the snorting, which I thought was cool, but there really wasn't much beyond that to their stage presence, unfortunately, despite the good outfit. Okay, so next we have Hollow, who these prosthetics are outrageously good. And these eyes, these contacts are really captivating. And I like the costume overall. There's something a little bit cartoonish about it, specifically with like the balls on it. It just seems a little cartoonish. I do get it. I think that could have been toned down slightly for how severe the face is. And maybe if, I don't know, there could have been spikes or something on them. Just something like that. Yeah, we did learn that I think I knew that already, that Dee Snider supported Trump, but yeah. That's a shame. When you learn about any of that. But yeah, it was good. I don't really... Oh, what Hollow did, and this perplexed me. I guess it's an Ozzy Osbourne thing. But what they did is they had a stuffed penguin, and they ripped the head off, and then they squirted themselves with blood. It was very odd. I didn't understand it. I think it's Ozzy Osbourne biting off the bat head thing. But it was weird. I was like, why is stuffed penguin out of all the things? It's so funny to me. I had to make it the thumbnail because it was like because I didn't know what it was the first watch, and then I had to rewatch it like 3 times just to make sure I was seeing what I thought I was seeing. But it was just a plush penguin. It still doesn't make any sense to me. Like, at least have something with horns on it that matches your outfit, but a penguin out of all the things? Okay. It was very weird. Okay, next you have Yosuke. I loved what Yosuke did, but I, much like the Boulets, didn't get the reference. I kind of pictured like it was a Japanese inspired something. What I thought Yosuke was going for was, 99% of metal album covers are women, actually, are naked women, but like the other 1% are illustrations. And I thought that's what Yosuke was going for, was an illustration of like an album cover. That was not the case. I thought that would have been a great reference. It is not. That's not what they were going for. They were going for, J-Rock 90s. Cool. Overall, I still really enjoy it. I can kind of see where they're going. Hey, the colors, if you change those colors, it could have been better. Also, I don't feel like it was particularly greatly constructed and fitted as good as it could have been. But the visuals we get from this episode when it comes to this costume is amazing. I love every shot I got was so good, and I really enjoyed it. I do see where the Boulets were coming from, but these close-ups, especially the face, the makeup is like the best we've seen of Yosuke. Like, we've actually not seen that many masks, which I think is a little disappointing, because I think masks, there's a disconnect when it comes to a performance, because you don't have facial expressions in a mask. But damn, these are really good images, and is the best. I think it's the best we've seen of Yosuke as well. I did like her first look too. But yes, I see where they're coming from, but yeah. Okay, next is Dahlia. I love what Dahlia did. I think a lot of people have a lot of problems with Dahlia when it comes to personality, but I've been loving their looks. Their looks are killer to me. I love every aspect of what they do. I did see a little bit of criticism that was like, it was feeling a bit more Mad Max, but I'm like, this is what all the inspirations for the live shows are, is always war and apocalypse and stuff. It's like, I get it, I see it. So I don't understand those criticisms whatsoever. I love this look. Again, they didn't get a lot of time either, in the same way Madeline didn't. Probably because they were inconsequential for the actual story of the show when it comes to who was in the top and the bottom. But yeah, they killed it for me. Next is Louisiana. There's something about this. I hate this wig. I hate this wig. I hate this wig so much, but I think that's the point. It's weird when you're supposed to dislike something. It's fun. That's what it is. It's fun. It is accurate to the time. I don't have to like it, but one thing with their performance that I could not look away from is this middle finger, but also the split just seems so out of place. This is not the time to do a split. It seemed really desperate. I don't know if that's the correct term I should use, but that's the one I'm going to use. It seemed desperate. It seemed like there was nothing else they knew what to do when it came to the floor show, so they just did a split. And I'm like, this is not, it would be one thing if it was like, we didn't know you could do it, but you just did it in the last episode. So that's not the case. Also, the episodes were 2 days apart. So it's not like it was a long time, even though there was no way you can tell. It was like, it just wasn't right. It shouldn't have been done in period. It was just, there's nothing else for them to do. Even though, like, I think it could have been a good performance, and it's very clear that they can perform, because they were my favorite in the entire show, besides Eva, in the entire Rock show. But we'll get there when we get there. Oh god, that wig. Okay, last was Eva. Eva had probably the most time other than Landon during the floor show, which I don't really get, because even though this is a good look, it's not an amazing look. It's not like the most killer look I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a damn good look, but and I love every aspect of it. Oh my god, I do. I thought at first I was not into the shirt. I was like, but then I saw the fuck love, and then I was like, okay, I see it, I get it. But but I think a little people are going a little high for it, more than I expect. But it is accurate. It's very good. I do like all the pieces. She does well, but like there's a lot of time with Eva during this episode, and Eva won deservedly this episode. There are a lot of time spent on this particular look when I think other looks could have deserved a little bit more time. Like, even though I didn't like Madeline's, I do think we should have saw more of it, because we got like 2 shots of a full body and we needed more. But yeah, Eva looked good. This is a great shot. This is probably my favorite screenshot I ever took of the show. And I believe that's it. So we're gonna get into the bands now. First up, Slag. Good name, great name. Cohesively, they were the more of the look. They got down. They looked like each other. They had their own particular colors, which I really liked. I think Peaches said they look like a gothic Gem and the Holograms, and I'm like, the Misfits? I was like, how do you just not automatically go to the Misfits when you're talking about a rock version of Gem? Anyways, but yeah. They did great. Eva had such good presence. She was the focus the entire time. Even when other people were doing stuff, she was always involved in it. I talked about the UK cast, I think on episode 1 when I talked about Dragula, but it was for like 2 seconds. It wasn't long. But yeah. Priscilla unfortunately got lost. Even when Priscilla did good stuff. She made out with Eva when they were doing the beer thing, when they were shaking the beer and it was exploding everywhere. She took a sip and spit it out. I was like, you know, there are moments I noticed, but compared to even Dahlia, who was on drums, and drums is like, you get like the least amount of time to see. It really she was, I wouldn't say the weakest. That's undermining her. It was just, out of the 4, the one I noticed the least. And then we have Dahlia back there. Dahlia did great, slapped Eva's ass. It was just, she had really good presence. I really liked Dahlia a lot. Just more Eva. Oh, there's her slapping that ass. And then Maxie did great. Maxie was probably my second favorite when it came to this group. She had really good presence. She changed what she was going to do to conform to the look of the band, which was necessary, and that was stupid to begin with, that there was even going to be a debate about that. There should not have been a debate. It should have been obvious. You're going to look like the rest of the band. Otherwise, you're going to be the one called out for not looking like the rest of the band. And then, what else? Oh, that's pretty much it. They just did amazing the entire time. And they didn't have any faults, unlike the other team, which was stupid to begin with. Oh, I didn't understand this. Eva did, at the very end, Eva did a drop kick, and she just fell down and just laid down and just stayed there. I didn't understand this. I didn't understand what was the point of the fall. I don't know if it was done on purpose or not. Because if it wasn't done on purpose, I don't know what they thought was gonna happen. What did you think was gonna happen by you jump kicking and not actively trying to land it? But that was just the one thing. And then yeah, their look is very cohesive, looks really good, and they each have their own individual color. I also like that Priscilla's kind of in primary, but it's a little bit more orangey red than just red. But I like that they're non-primaries. Okay, so Coven, one, the name is taken. There ain't no way you're gonna have a band named Coven. But secondly, look at this picture of this blood sacrifice ritual. They all look like they're in a completely different place. Landon looks like he's a kid in a costume, a ghost costume, like when you're just a sheet and his hands are up. I know those are the spikes from his back, but still. Hollow is posing. She's modeling right now. Don't know where that came from, just modeling. You know, I didn't know the camera was on to happen by itself. Yovska is not here. I don't know where Yovska came from. She looks scared. I don't know what they're doing. And Priscilla looks like she's mourning. She looks like her husband died. I don't understand this picture. I do not understand this. They should not have been back there. They should have been back there in the shrouds, and then they should have Madeline should have lit the candle. Then they all reveal themselves out of their costumes, out of the hoods. But damn, it took a while to happen too. And Madeline even like they're not even in character when they're doing the ritual. It's like, come on now. But yeah, overall, Madeline had good energy, but when you're comparing it to Eva, it really pales. It really pales. Like when you have these equivalents, you can't help but compare. Like she was team leader as well as she was the front, and I don't think she did bad, but like compared to Eva, it was nowhere near the same energy. And yeah, this is kind of how it went. Yovska, I hated Yovska's look here. I didn't like it. I don't think it goes well with the rest of the group, especially. And Yovska didn't have that much of a presence, even when she was interacting with the other contestants, like the other bandmates. It just didn't work. Hollow was good until it wasn't, which we'll get there. Louisiana, I was very shocked with. I thought Louisiana did amazing, had great presence, did a lot. I think Louisiana had the most energy out of anyone on that group when it came to this, which, says something considering Louisiana hasn't had much energy for much in this competition so far. But Louisiana did great. Probably my favorite outside of Eva overall. They just did a lot. Like, look at that. That is just something you don't see from Louisiana elsewhere in this show so far. And then Landon, the drummer's the hardest part, especially when you have 5 people. Like, you don't get a lot of Landon here. He's completely lost on the back. It sucks. It's very unfortunate because Landon had such great presence. And the floor show is just great presence no matter what. But when you're just a drummer, it's hard to get any focus. But yeah, so the whole needle thing, Hollow, or Madeline takes out Hollow's needle too soon. I don't know why there wasn't a like a code word or something, like a signal to when it needs to be taken out, but like and then when it happened, I got scared because I thought there was an injury, because you heard the PAs, which you never hear, especially on this show, and it's just like I got scared that something actually bad happened. That was not the case. It seemed like pretty, okay overall, but damn, it just threw off the entire momentum, fully broke character, which is like, out of everyone, I did not expect Hollow to do that, and that was disappointing. But then they just go back and they do it, and Louisiana is still great. Madeline, it's fine. I love Louisiana. And then overall, their looks, it's kind of, I can see somewhat of a cohesion, but not really. Like, it feels like a bunch of misfits just put together, and not the other misfits, because their songs are better, but these misfits, like just randoms put together into a band rather than, a cohesive band. I think I've said that word way too many times. Yeah, like their look isn't witchy. That's definitely not it. There's just no way. There's no, like, they had a rock look, and then they threw the name on top of it overall. But yeah, the bottom 3, Hollow, Madeline, Yovska, it's the correct choices, because if you put Landon or Louisiana there, then I would have been pissed, because Louisiana did the best of this group in the performance, and then Landon did the best in the floor show. Okay, and then the extermination challenge is the tattoo, which is my favorite one ever. I saw many people say online, I want to go on Dragula just to get a tattoo for free because tattoos are expensive, and I am one of these people. I don't have any tattoos at all, mainly because they're expensive, and also I don't know what I want. And also, I know if I get one, it's gonna be a domino effect, and I will not stop. So, but like, I'm down for whatever when it comes to a tattoo. I do not give a fuck. I want it all. And also, these tattoos are all really bomb. They're all great. I love them. This one's my favorite, clearly, because it's a Bora, and I love it. I love this challenge. But like, the big problem when it comes to this challenge is, well, not the problem, I think it's the problem in general when it comes to the exterminations, is they tend to end in basically a tie. So the end result is always just the the actual performance on the floor show, which I guess makes the most sense for what you're gonna do, but also it's a little bit more subjective of what's gonna happen, like, and it makes it feel like the end result is not a fighting chance to beat it out, because, and this is not a season 3 thing, this is an overall extermination challenge for the entire show. Like, even episode 1, it was pretty subjective of who was gonna go home, because they all survived that coffin challenge. So yeah. Well, even last season, when it came to them having their own control, they each got 2 tattoos. I didn't think either of them were amazing or daring, or like, it just, yeah. So it's all based on the challenge. And they do say it themselves, like, we're going to base the elimination on your extermination challenge, the floor show, and your performance. They outright say that. That is what happens. And yeah. So when it comes to the end result, it's all based on just what the Boulets want, which is Yovska to be exterminated. I don't really disagree with this. I prefer Hollow and Madeline staying to Yovska, even if I liked Yovska's outfit better than Madeline, but I like Madeline's performance better than Yovska. Yovska had the weakest performance overall tonight, and also they didn't like the outfit. I did, though, so I guess that's it. It's just, also, this extermination sucked. I want the exterminations to be better. Like, I get it being themed to the challenge, but even then, I think it just having, I don't know, the being guitar wired, like, would have been better than just taking off the part of the guitar and jamming it into their head. I just don't know. I didn't like this extermination at all. This one was just annoying. I love the exterminations because they're the final performance from the queens or the contestants, and it just we're not getting them like I felt like we did the previous 2 seasons, where like this is this is their final moments, and it's like it doesn't end on like a sad note. These are kind of sad notes. But yeah. Can't wait for Matt and Hollow to argue about the needle thing on episode 4. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Someone's gonna argue with someone. The only person that's not gonna fight is probably gonna be Landon because they stay out of trouble. But there's just gonna be issues and problems, and yeah, it is missing the camp. That is what's happening. There's no comedy in it, and I feel like they're trying, but based on the little sections at the beginning where it's like a horror film, there's no real comedy in that either, and it's not the direction I want the show to go in. because like I'm interested in the storyline of those, beginning clips of the Boulets doing whatever they're doing, which is probably going to end result in something that's just like, oh, they resurrect the other queens or something that get eliminated or whatever. But yeah, it is missing something. But this is by far the best episode overall. There is, when it comes to the season, I think the best episode ever is the alien episode from season 2. If I'm going to show someone what Dragula is about, it's that one, because you get monsters, you get comedy, you get Disasterina doing whatever Disasterina does. You get some gross shit. That's the best episode overall when it comes to Dragula. If you ever want to introduce someone to Dragula, that's the episode. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't really have any more opinions. That one went pretty smoothly. So I don't know what the next episode is. They don't post previews like you're supposed to post previews. They post previews when the episode's out rather than for the upcoming week, which is dumb. Except for like on their Instagram, they do like a 2-second thing, which is not necessary. Like, give me the trailer, because I would like to see what's happening, especially for I need to prepare myself for these episodes. I can't go in just like happy and excited. I need to know what feeling I need to do before I start this episode. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back next week. I'm thinking about doing these on Wednesdays instead of Thursdays, and maybe a little bit earlier than 6 p.m. So let me know what you guys think about that. And follow me on Twitter for any more updates if I decide to actually do that. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time, and remember to have fun. Bye, guys.